Brickle and Digby, the two traveling dogs, want to say, you may not be in Kansas anymore, Dorothy, but Toto knows that this is the Kansas edition of Stop Hounding Me. Ow! Now, here to try to follow the yellow brick road to victory, we have with us
Brendan McCampbell,
I'm Kristen Reed.
and you guys are with?
the Western Plains Animal Refuge.
Great.
WPAR for short. WPAR.
Awesome. Now I have to ask you a question. Do you think that you're going to be clicking your heels to victory, or will you be melting under the pressure?
I think I'll be clicking my heels.
I think you probably will too. All right, great. Now we're going to ask you our 3 canine questions. And we're actually going to mix in a wildlife questions because you guys also are involved with wildlife rehabilitation. So first question. Here in Kansas, and we're happy to report that you cannot hunt whales here in Kansas. Actually illegal. That is awesome. Also ironic because we're about as far away from an ocean, I think, as possible. But in case no one knows what a whale would sound like, we would like for you to give your best whale sound impersonation. Go!
Well, I'll go for it.
Evidently, you fooled Zeus into thinking it was a whale, so that was a great job. I also want to give you extra points for that little whatever that was.
It was water.
Oh, it was water. I thought it was a fin, but very, very good.
You could go either way.
Very good. Second question that we have for you. Our dog, Brickle, loves cats. It's almost like his pet, even though he doesn't have one. Of course, dogs can't have pets, but if they could, what would your dog have as his pet?
I think that Zeus would probably want a rabbit as his pet, considering that he's obsessed with them right now.
Great. And what about your dog?
My personal dog loves baby kittens that he can take care of and pretend to be a mommy cat. So
Great.
I would definitely say a kitten.
That's great. I think animals can certainly get along, different species getting along, and they actually bring so much to each other's lives. At least that's the case with Brickle. At least that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if this is true, but that's what we're going with. Last question that we have for you. We referenced a vague movie that I actually have never seen. I may get thrown out of Kansas for never have seen this movie, but we would like to know what character in this movie would your dog most likely relate? As something just blew away. Certainly, we are in Kansas. Would your dog be more like the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, or what was the last one?
The Scarecrow.
Very good. So out of those 3, what character would your dog be most like?
I'm actually going to have to go with Toto on this one.
Toto was not one of the options, but we'll give you Toto. Why?
Because he is tough and thinks that he's a lot bigger than he is.
I'm going to go with he's a dog, too.
Yeah,
I think that's a good
works.
one. What about your dog?
I think my dog would be like the lion because he's so mellow and chill and he kind of lets everyone else boss him around. He needs some courage.
Great. All right. Well, everybody out there can choose their own character for their dog. But with that answer, I can tell you that you have won this episode of Stop Hounding Me if you guys howl with me one time. 1, 2, 3. Oh! You know what? I did a good impersonation of a dog. He did a good impersonation of a whale. Great job, Zeus. Now, let's see what you guys have won. Here, at least the animals under your care have won. We have 15 pounds of bulk of dog treats, pizza powder, and we also have 4-legger. This is an organic dog shampoo. And we have Bowser beer. This is a non-alcoholic treat for dogs. And the item that you saw blowing away, that actually was a squeak and snap. And that plugs into the phone and will take perfect pictures of the animals here under your care.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about your organization. You guys also are involved with domestic animal rescue. But interestingly enough, you also do some wildlife rehabilitation. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, so I am a subcommittee on a state and federal wildlife permit. So I work with a variety of wild animals, predominantly mammals that are native to this area, raccoons, squirrels, rabbits. But we've been doing wildlife rehabilitation with this organization since it began.
Great. Any whales?
No whales.
No whales. You know, and what's interesting about what you guys do when we talk about wildlife, you guys actually are a foster-based organization. So the wildlife that comes under your care also has to be under the care of some of the people here. Something else is blowing off on me. But also, it's not at a specific facility, but it's actually at people's homes because you guys are foster-based. But you have long-term goals to change this that could help the wildlife as well as the domestic animals around in your area. Please tell us about that.
Yep, so as you said, our organization does not currently have a facility. All of our domestic animals stay in various foster homes, and all of the wildlife actually stay with me. There are a lot of issues with licensing, so all of the wildlife cannot be in city limits, so they stay out here at my farm. And our long-term goal is to raise enough funds to build a new facility.
Great, great. Now, how can people out there help with that?
If you visit our website, westernplainsanimalrefuge.org, there's a link to donate, which is our greatest need right now, getting enough funds to build a facility. But we also have a good need for volunteers, especially foster homes, and we're always looking to adopt out some of our great animals.
Awesome. And again, that's the obviously the ultimate goal, isn't it? To help animals in any way possible. Wonderful animals like Zeus, that's up for adoption, is that right?
Yep.
And many of the animals have been featured this week on the Two Traveling Dogs website and the Two Traveling Dogs Facebook page. But in the upcoming days and well into the future, we encourage you to please check with their website and their Facebook page as well, so that you can keep in contact with different animals under their care, and hopefully be able to adopt one of these wonderful animals. No whales will be on the site, by the way, but we always want to mention, as Brickle and Digby always say, please make rescues the breed of choice. And we'd like to, for one last time, could you howl with me one time here in this beautiful Kansas edition of Stop Hounding Me? 1, 2, 3. I got attacked again by the Zeus.
That's really interesting.